Hello and welcome to Thursday Night Therapy, where 5 friends separated by time and space are brought together by the magic of D&D for some desperately needed therapeutic escapism. Only one announcement this week, but it's a good one. Our very own Troyificus has released his second Dark Ambience album. It's called Dark Ambience Volume 2, and it's available on Bandcamp under Troyificus. We will post a link in the description, so go check it out if you want some dark, creepy, ambient style music for your D&D game. I think that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
I don't think we had anything else.
Now, just that we're all tired and sick and drunk, but
yeah,
that's quite typical for us, I think.
I think so.
A combination thereof. So, let's get started. Last time on Thursday Night Therapy, the two, what turned out to be manticores, stormed the Bloodwake. And obviously trained to take out the ship's captain, they began bombarding Lani with bony spikes shot from their tails. Meanwhile, Torrin splintered the Rahadumi main mast with a lightning bolt, which rapidly curtailed its speed, forcing Lani to swerve to avoid direct collision. As they passed, Des jumped down from the rigging onto the enemy deck and began causing havoc. Meanwhile, the manticores landed on the Bloodwake deck, but were taken care of by Captain Lani and some precisely placed shots from Devvie. Torrin teleported onto the Rahadumi ship to assist Des, just in time, as after felling a number of the ship's defenders, he was himself knocked unconscious by the captain herself. Torrin used her healing abilities to get him directly back into the fight, and together they cleaned up the remaining foes, just as Lani pulled up in the Bloodwake. Devvie gave the order, and the crew grappled the Rahadumi ship and began boarding. All but one, it would seem, as he noticed one of the crew sat beside the stairs to the stern castle. Dutch was sat in the shadow of the staircase, looking down at the deck. Though ordered to his feet, he did not move, and as Devvie lifted his head, he saw the butt of a manticore spike protruding from his neck. Sandara tried, but it was obviously too late. Dutch was dead. And that's where we'll pick up this week.
Before we start proper, I think we did also have a small other announcement type thing that we probably should have mentioned before.
Sorry for last week.
No, for this week. In that this, I believe, is our 50th episode.
Oh, yes.
It is our 50th episode.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
I did realise that before I was
Where's
writing the
Mark?
script.
We should
I wrote
start saying things.
episode 50.
Yes. Well, congratulations, everyone.
Yes. 50 episodes.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey! Woo!
Excellent. Well.
And Dutch is dead.
Glorious. And Dutch is dead. Oh, but 50 episodes. Yay!
I can't take this kind of
I
mental
thought you were going to
whiplash.
say we should have mentioned last week. So I'll just say it now. Sorry if any of you were dropping in live last week. We were unable to play due to some very, very short notice complications.
Yes.
But
we're
of
back
course,
now.
if you followed us on the socials, then you'd know that we weren't playing beforehand. So there you go.
That's
Ooh,
true.
Cheeky plug.
Link the socials. Links
All
in
the
the
socials
description.
on the bottom of the screen, in the description, everywhere you look.
Right, and go.
And go.
Action.
Okay.
So we've got our lovely rogue on the Bloodwake, and the rest of us are all on the stern castle of the taken ship
Basically, yeah. And
with a very scared captain, well, not captain, a very scared whoever the fuck he is,
yeah.
next to
Cap-
us.
Captain's basically out of order. And Devvie, you're the only one who is aware of Dutch's demise at this point.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, Sandara did try to heal him, but he'd obviously been... he was obviously already dead. And therefore, can't heal a dead man.
All right. So, so who is still on the ship with me? Is it just Sandara? I'm guessing there's some other crew.
She would have come over as you called, but you'd given the order to take the ship. So basically, the entire crew has grappled and has basically jumped up onto the other deck just to secure it, make sure all of the sailors, because there's a good 20 sailors still on the ship, but they're all basically cowering at this moment.
What I'm gonna.
So you're
Okay.
basically alone with Sandara.
Right. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to point a finger towards Lani and cast a message. And I'm just going to quickly say, sorry, Lani, bad news. Dutch has copped it. Took a manticore spike. Just so you're aware. Carry on as usual, and Sandara and I'll wrap him up.
As you see Lanny on the deck, that was a bit weird. I'm sure I heard Devvie in my head then. Des, where is Devvie?
Des?
Did you just ask Des?
Yeah. So he would have said that out loud. We're like, oh, I'm sure I heard Devvie in my head. Des, do you know where Devvie actually is?
Oh, over there, am I? Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are up here with us.
Oh yeah, there I am.
Yeah, you're on the stone castle with those guys.
Yeah. I think my brother is still back over on the Bloodwake.
I had a voice in my head, a bit weird, but I think Devvie said that Dutch had passed away. I don't know how.
Fuck.
Yeah. Not quite sure. Bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, normally my brother speaks in my head, but that's usually when I'm about to do something stupid.
Like a conscience sort of thing, or
Yeah, probably. Why you be here now? I don't know.
Well,
Des, do you want to go over and find your brother and Sandara? Get yourself patched up and see what's going on with him.
It's a good idea.
yeah, we'll deal with this here.
I'll make my way over.
We've got Kneeling Boy, we've got dead people, we've got a crew that are all sort of huddled and in fear. Can I shout for one of the Rahadumi boys? Sagava or
Yeah,
Shuri?
of course.
Shuri.
Yeah, well,
Shuri doesn't speak common, so it'll probably have to be Sagava.
yeah, very little, but Sagava will come up to
I
you.
will shout for Sagava.
Yep, he comes up to you.
Sagava. So we got a bit of an issue. None of these folks speak common. So I'm afraid we're going to need you to translate to all of them. Can you do that?
Oh, of course I can.
Excellent. Tell this one to explain to all of his friends that this ship is now ours. And if they put a toe out of line, Captain Skullcrusher will crush their skulls.
You want him to go and tell them?
I'd like you to tell him that, and then I'll want to see
no
him
problem.
piss his pants as he goes to tell them.
Okay. So you see him beginning to translate. The moment he starts speaking Rahadumi, the I'll just call him the Defender.
All right.
You see his brow instantly furrow, and he realizes, that he's speaking to a countryman. And you see him kind of scowl. He doesn't say anything, but you can sense this slight aura of distaste that he's been.
I am noticing the aura of distaste and smirking behind Sagava over his shoulder.
Okay, but he says his piece, and the Defender. I mean, he's understood that he's now to go to speak to the sailors, so a little bit uncertain.
Go with him, would you, Sagava?
Takes a small step, and then
Make sure he doesn't try anything funny.
okay, and with Sagara's guidance, let's say, he will accompany him down onto the deck, where he will then address the sailors.
So, sorry, go ahead.
Go on.
Captain, shall I sit and do a little pass over the ship and see if I can find anything magical?
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be sensible. I don't know if these mercenaries had anything. Certainly, across the ship, maybe.
There might be something in the captain's quarters, or something in
We
the
can have a look at
cargo, maybe.
What booty they've got on board.
Yeah. It'll take me 10 minutes to cast this one. So well, I'll
Okay,
just stay up here, and then I'll take a lap.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the brothers are all right. What did he say in your head, that Dutch died?
Yeah, he said something that he passed on or something. I don't know. It didn't quite make sense because it was just in my head. But could Devvie do that?
He can, yeah. He doesn't do it often,
Oh.
but it's useful.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know when.
It's a little magic thing, short distance, so it's useful sometimes.
No, I mean Dutch. I don't know how or when, but yeah, he said that he was gone.
Right. Well, I guess we'll figure that out once the Rahadumis are all a bit more settled with Sagava. But
Yeah,
I'll sit down and start my spell. All right.
Okay.
I'm
So
going to ritually cast detect magic for
Mhm.
10 minutes.
So Des, in this time you have jumped over back onto the Bloodwake, down onto the slightly lower ship. This has caused a few heads to turn to look at what's going on, but you reach Devvie, and you see yourself that Dutch, as described, is kind of sat down in the shadows of this corner, almost as if he'd been taking a nap.
Yeah, we got a man down, bruv.
Oh, I mean, what is it? Can you tell?
Yeah, took a manticore spike, and I lift his head up so that Des can see.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucking conclusive, isn't it?
Yeah, very unsporting, isn't it? Sending creatures like that out.
I mean, I don't know. It's actually not a terrible idea, is it? You know, if you're expecting this kind of stuff, dealing with any kind of threat yourself, you send out your booties.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they were on our side, that's what I'd be saying. But as the, as the casualty in this scenario, I'd take offence.
Yeah, well, yeah. He knew what he was getting into. Pirate's
did.
life is not is nasty, brutish, and short half the time.
It's a bit of a shame. I liked all three of them. Well, I like all. Well, we should get the others over so they can say their goodbyes.
Yeah, well, you know. Yeah, it's a sad thing, but we'll leave it up to them what they want to do with him.
Evie, if your turn now to face your brother, you do see that there are a number of pirates now looking back, and they've obviously seen that something's going on.
Yeah.
And then you do see the head of Crowl kind of craning over, obviously recognizing his brother sat there.
There is. Let me just have a look at something really quickly before we go ahead.
Yeah, I think this one might be down to you, brother. I think this requires a bit of tact.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cantrip. Good. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll say, all right, bruv, if you want to go back over and help the captain and the other officers take charge of the booty and everything, I'll get the brothers over here, and I'll sit them down with Sandara, and we'll sort this out.
Yep, all right.
And I'll point a finger at Crowl, and I'll say, Crowl, if you would be so kind as bring your brother back over to the Bloodwake, we need to have a little bit of a discussion underneath the stone castle, please.
You see his face is already concerned. But you see him kind of turn, he kind of almost grabs his younger brother and hauls him over to the ship. And they don't have to get all too close to see that something is obviously going on. And he ends up actually running the last few meters, bending down. Dutch, you alright? What's the matter? You see him raise his...
Yeah, I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, I'm sorry, my friend. It was a manticore's. He took a spike to the chest. Straight through the neck. Me and Sandara did all we could, but he was gone by the time we reached him.
You see just a look of almost confusion on his face. He's kind of looking from you to Sandara, back to his brother, looking at the manticore spike, and then back to you again, his eyes almost searching for some sort of explanation of what's going on. I mean, the situation is obvious, but it's almost like he can't...
He doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah, can't quite calculate what's happened.
Yeah.
At the same time, you start to hear a very faint sobbing from his brother, who's kind of has kept his 2 meters of distance, but has just now kind of stood there looking down at his two brothers, and has started very softly sobbing.
Right. Right, I'll get Sandara to start talking to Kroll and getting her to get him help her take Dutch below decks and look for something to wrap him up in. And the other brother, his name was
Franca,
thank you. I'll stand up, I'll go towards him, I'll put a hand on his shoulder and start walking him towards the stairs to go below deck as well, and I'll say, I know how you feel, son. If it was my brother in the same situation, I'd be feeling exactly the same. But you can't let that lot over there see this. The people that we just fought. Don't let them see this. Go below deck with your brother.
Okay.
Sandara will help you lot, send him off.
So, have you ordered the three of them to take Dutch down?
Yeah. I think that's what I would have done. I would have got them to go out of sight so that the Rahadumis can't see them, being affected by this kind of thing.
The stairs are right here, so they could literally just drag him down the steps out of the way.
Yeah.
You hear some muffled conversation as they do so. But they do manage to at least get him out of sight.
Okay. I think what's happening with our crew on the other ship now?
Well, they're just kind of waiting for orders, it would seem. They've boarded the ship. They are kind of guarding the sailors, but it looks like they're just kind of waiting for waiting for the next order, it would seem.
Okay. Well, that's not up to me. So I'll just
Lani, at this point, Lani will step forward, kind of up near the front of the stone castle, and shout out to the Bloodweight crew and just say, "Crew, let's start having a look below deck, checking there's no more of these pesky mercenaries, fighters, whatever you want to call them, and let's see what they've got hidden beneath their deck."
Okay.
You'd probably hear murmuring behind you, Lani, and don't touch the captain's quarters.
And just below deck, let's check the hold. I've got the captain's quarters covered. So on you go. Go now. And send them
Okay.
off.
They start to go below decks, exploring the ship. Torrin, you're casting at the moment, aren't you?
I am ritually casting, yes.
Yeah, so you're going to need a minute. Does anybody want to do something while she's casting, or shall we move along?
I think after I've seen that the crew are going about their duties on the other ship, I will just duck down the stairs and join Sandara and the brothers. Yeah.
They've kind of dragged him down onto a flat area. They are all kind of like kneeling around him. As I said, the younger brother is taking this a little harder, it would seem, at least openly.
Yeah.
Kral Seals just seems confused, and you can hear Sandara just saying things like, "I'm sorry, I did try, but it was too late, and these things you have to act immediately, and if they've already gone, then you can't bring them back." And you just hear like apologizing and trying to explain what happened. And Kral, like I said, he just looks almost more confused than anything.
Yeah. As I move past them, I'll just like give them a kind of a consoling pat on the shoulder each, whilst I'm looking for some scraps of sail, and I'll start bringing the sail out. And as I do, I know. So Kral seems the more confused. So what I will do is I will I'll just say to him, "Look, we here are pirates, so obviously we fall under Besmara's watch, and what we would usually do is give him a burial at sea. But you chaps might have your own faith, so the choice is yours. How would you like to proceed?"
No, that's fine. I mean, we've been on the seas all our lives, so I think he'd be happy with that.
Right.
I don't understand. He was right beside me, and he was fine. I know
those fucking
don't
manticores.
understand what happened.
They were firing spikes like a shower, raining them down on us. They were.
Yeah, I know. We saw him hit the deck. We took cover, and he was fine. He was right beside me.
He was very unlucky. But
Yeah.
this also begs the question: are we all react in different ways? I know that if it was my brother, things would go south very quickly. I would probably lose my cool. So the question is, are you the types that want revenge straight away, or I'm new to this?
Well, you'd see him like he looks up back through the doorway that you've come down, and you might just see like I think one of the bodies of the manticores is literally lying here. And he's like, "Well, you already killed him, so
Yeah, there's still some living on the other ship. Not manticores, obviously, but they were the ones in charge of the bastards.
See him kind of turn his head in the direction, and you just see him shake his head. You get the impression that this just is not
Not his style.
This is not his style.
Yeah.
Not at this point, anyway.
No.
The confusion is starting to fade, and I think the grief is starting to take its place. And you don't get the sense that he's raging and thirsty for revenge or anything.
Okay. Well, in that case, and I'll unfurl this bit of sail that I found. I'll say, let's do right by him and give him over to Besmara. We'll prepare him now, and then we'll give him a send off with the rest of the crew later.
Okay.
Right. Take the time you need, boys.
He just nods, and Sandara says, "I'll stay and help them."
Thank you very much, Sandara. And then I'll climb back out onto deck, and I'll basically go back up onto the stern castle of our ship, so that I can keep kind of like an eagle's eye over there, over the captured people that we've got on their deck.
Okay. Lani.
Yes.
At this point, Tully runs up from below deck. Captain, sir.
Oh, Yali, yeah. What have you found?
Well, we've had a look below deck, and we have found some cargo worth a bit of money. I think it's around 3 points of plunder.
What a nice thing to say.
Mostly cloth, copper, and salt. But it'll be worth a bit, I'm sure.
Very cool.
We've also found a light ballista. It's currently not built together. It's in pieces, but if you're interested in something like that, we could take that with us as well.
Yeah, you know what? I was definitely thinking next time we're in a port, we should get ourselves some better armaments. So, yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, if you give the order, then the crew will start immediately bringing everything from the Rahadumi ship onto the Bloodwake. The sun is setting, but if they get a move on, they should be able to get most of it off before it is too dark. It will take a couple of hours, though. So whoever is in charge of such things, you can mark down 3 points of plunder.
Excellent.
I shall add that.
And 1 light ballista.
I like that as well.
In pieces.
In pieces.
Unassembled.
And just for sort of context, what will that take to sort of put it together? Will it be kind of an ability check, or a kind of finding somebody that knows how to?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it'll take checks and a bit of time. It'll take a few checks. And I mean, it depends. If you have knowledge of such things, it'll be easier. If not, it's literally just
right.
Yeah, you
do have right.
Or you're just gonna have to look at this thing and try and work it out using the power of your mind.
Oh, God.
Question. On the side of the unassembled ballista, is there a blue flag with a yellow cross on it?
Blue flag, yellow cross. Blue flag, yellow cross.
Is it from IKEA? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh dear.
I'm so sorry.
Rocks fall out of the clear blue sky. Everybody
I'm
dies.
so sorry.
Wow.
That didn't happen. Carry on.
Wow. Nope, that's staying in. That's it. You better not fucking edit this out.
That's there forever.
I don't
It's
add.
on the internet.
I never edit.
I'm going to clip that. You can clip these things and put them on
my
Twitch. I'm going to clip it.
God.
I had a. Did I have a question? Yes. So, I'm assuming that everything has gone according to plan and everything's being transferred over and things are going swimmingly.
they've started, yes.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, what I will
Or they are starting, yeah.
what I will do is because I didn't hear a reply from Lanny and I probably saw a look of confusion on his face when I sent my last message. I will point at the other person on the ship, not Torrin because she's casting. I know that look. I'll point at my brother, and I'll say, ask him if we're going to keep this one. The ship, I mean.
Des, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I am here, I promise. In body, if not in spirit. Yes. Well, I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's a bit big.
Yeah, it might be worth something, though.
Yeah. But can we? I don't know. Pilot it.
Well, what are we going to do with their crew?
Well, do you want to trust them to, like, here you go, lads. Can you just follow us to the nearest shipbreakers? That be thanks.
I think we can trust the swords at their back. I think we've
maybe.
got enough crew on the Bloodwake that we can send a contingent over there to look out for them.
Well, I mean, really, it will be down to what the captain says, won't it?
We should have
It's all over message.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, so
Okay.
so every 6 seconds we're having this conversation back and forth.
It's very stilted. It's like having a delay.
Manny's just staring at Des like, what the fuck is going on?
I'll just be like, tell you what, tell Lanny and Torrin and we'll have a talk about it.
Right. All right. So, my brother says that are we going to keep this ship?
I hadn't even thought about that yet.
You would just see Torrin at this point. I'm sitting on the floor with my book open. Like, I'm cross-legged on the floor, my book open in my legs. I'm drawing runes in the air. Just like, talk to me in 3 minutes.
Also, yeah, unfortunately, Dutch is dead.
I kind of gathered that from the garbled message in my head that I got.
Yeah.
But
No, it's confirmed. Unfortunately, yes, manticore spine to the throat. Looked pretty cut and dry, to be honest.
oh god, ugh, not nice. I took a few of them and they were not good.
No, well, I mean, generally having anything forcibly inserted into your throat is not generally a good idea. So, yeah, unfortunately, he's shuffled off his mortal coil. I believe my brother has advised his brothers, and Sindara is dealing with the body.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there's not much we can do for him then, is there, apart from give him a good send-off later.
Yeah, exactly. Now then, so we need to discuss we need to discuss what we're going to do with this ship. I mean, my brother's a good point. Obviously, it's quite a bit bigger than ours. We could probably get it back to shipbreakers and sell it off, but the question is, do we want to go to the trouble of doing so?
Talk to me in a minute and 30
I wasn't
seconds.
talking to you, I was talking to the captain.
Yeah, I mean, it was the only ship we had before. I mean, it was relatively easy, but managing 2 ships and getting into a yard and then trying to sell it on, how much harder is that going to be now? Don't know.
But how much more money will we get for it is the question.
Yeah, there is that.
Also, there is also the possibility of taking over this ship and selling off the Bloodwake.
I quite like that little ship.
No, I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
How long's it been, Sean?
I was just going to say at this point you finish a spell, and if you desire to, I'm assuming you're immediately just going to get up and walk around the ship.
I get a 30 feet radius
Yeah, exactly.
of anything magical within my area.
It's not going to take you long just to scan the whole ship.
Yeah.
You do not find anything magical on the ship,
Okay.
but while in the captain's quarters, fairly obviously placed on a table, you find a spyglass.
Hey.
I'm gonna, as I'm walking past, I will just pick that up and pocket it, and go about with the rest of my looking for the magic items. When the magic ping goes off, or when I've walked across the area and there's no magic pings, I'm gonna go back to the captain. Like, right, what are we talking about here?
Whether we should sell the ship off, or scuttle it, or keep it for ourselves and sell to Bloodwake. We have lots of options available to us, it would seem.
Also, the question of a destroyed centre mast that's going to make this ship hard to get anywhere.
I was about to say, I fucked up the mast. This shit ain't going anywhere easy, and we don't have the crew.
No, true, but as my brother suggested, we could use what's left of the crew here to sail the ship with a couple of our lads over here to keep them in line.
I wouldn't trust that.
Or, here's an idea, we can give it to fucking Owlbear and tell him to fuck off of it.
I don't want to reward him for being a cunt.
We'll give him a broken ship.
I still don't want to reward him for being a cunt. He needs to earn this shit.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one.
The problem with moving this is the fact that it's so big. We've got our little ship with our little crew because it works, and we can catch up to these big ships. We can fight them, and we can leave. Having a big ship makes us more of a target for people who have got smaller ships like us.
I'm going to toddle up to the prow of the ship at this point. You right over there?
Yes, we're just discussing what you brought up, brother.
Oh, yeah? So, what of it? I mean, we've got a ship, right? It will take us a little while, but we can fix the main mast, or we can just sail on the ones that are left.
Well, we haven't got enough crew as it is. We've got enough for us.
Out of
and I don't
character.
trust those fucks.
Out of character, Sean, we have like a full contingent on our crew now, right?
Yeah, as far as the Bloodwake's concerned, you have enough crew to very comfortably sail the Bloodwake. I think you started off with 10.
Yeah.
Which was like really, everyone was like just fucking full timing it basically around the clock. Now it's with 20, it is comfortable.
Okay.
You're basically at maximum because you're literally just running out of sleeping room.
Yeah.
But 20 is great because you can do other things rather than just man like the mandatory stations.
Yeah.
You can, as I said, theoretically go lower.
Yes, that's what I thought. So I will say, look, we're at double the crew that we used to have. It's a short jaunt to Rickety's. We can.
No, it isn't. Rickety's is on the other side of. On the other side of where we are now. We're fucking miles away.
Yeah. We're in the southwest, aren't we?
Yeah, we're all the way in the southwest, and Rickety's is all the way in the east.
I'm going to bring up the other map, right?
Good point.
Yeah, so you're basically
Rickety's
down here on the edge of the map. There's Rickety's. It would, that's like a few days sail anyway.
Yeah.
But bear in mind, you have a large ship with a broken mast, so that's going to be able to sail half speed, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, a larger ship could pull another ship, but
we're a smaller ship.
Just too small.
Yeah.
You're not really going to be able to pull it. So you're talking like this could take like a week of sailing to get there.
Do we know?
Not exactly inconspicuous either.
Do we know how long it would take to repair the mast, or if that's even possible out at sea?
It wouldn't.
It is possible.
Really?
Well,
a ship that's nice?
You can't repair the mast, mast, you'd have to replace the mast,
Yeah.
which would mean finding an island or land where there are suitable trees, and then you'd have to literally make a new mast out
Yeah.
of a tree that you find, which is possible.
Okay.
But again, that's taking time.
All right. Fair enough. Right.
To
So
limp this ship to somewhere that we could do something with it is
that's
mad.
a slog. Yeah. All right then. So okay. In that case, I'll take everything into consideration that has been said. And then I'll go. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right. It's but here's a note for next time, Torrin. Don't go destroying masts right off, right?
I mean, it stopped it.
Yeah, but we could have caught it anyway. We're much faster.
Yeah. But all the confusion of a mast falling over, I think, probably helps us.
And
And it's a massive show of dominance, isn't it?
it is.
Shock and awe.
Fucking lightning bolt up the ass and breaks the mast in half.
Well, how about just lightning bolt the captain from a distance?
I can't see the captain from a distance. I can see the mast.
I'm with Torrin on this one, I'm afraid, bruv. Shock and awe has a big part in this.
Yeah, I know. That's all very well, but I think we're halving our profits if we damage the ship so much that we can't take it to a squib.
I don't think we can take ships this big to a squib anyway with our little ship. If we want to get more ships, we need to get more ships that are our size.
Just to be clear, the Rahadumi ship, this is about the size that the man's promise was. This is just like a standard size ship, let's say. It's the Bloodwake, which is I don't want to say abnormality, but it's the exception.
Yeah.
We have an abnormal ship. It fits the rest of us.
Think of how big the Pinion was. That was a huge galleon. Squibs can take that.
The Pinion was bigger, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not saying the size for squibs. I'm saying the size for us. We can't run the Bloodwake and a bigger ship at the same time.
No, I know. That's why I meant use their crew to sail it to the squibs. We squib it, we sell the ship, and then we don't have to worry about it. But it's a big bloody profit.
That is then trusting all of those fuckers.
Torrin, we're pirates. We can fucking kill them.
And then we're stuck in fucking square zero, where we've got a ship that we can't fucking move. So why not cut the middle thing out?
After we've squibbed it. I'm
What
not
happened-
completely dumb.
What happens if we get halfway through the journey to the thing and they all try and revolt, then we kill them?
Well, then we tried, and we can leave it dead in the water.
That's fucking 4, 5, 6 days where we've done fuck all.
We can come back with more crew and take it somewhere. I don't know. All I'm saying is, maybe let's think about the bigger picture and how much we can really get from these raids instead of just going for what's in the hold. Anyway,
I agree, bigger picture. But we need to look at bigger picture when we're a bit more comfortable doing this. This is what, the third ship we've attacked?
okay, so let's use this as a lesson then. This is knowledge that we can build on. Right, we can write this one off, leave them with their crippled ship, and we can fuck off with the cargo. But next time we've got to figure out a way where we can take more.
Yes.
Maybe then I think it comes down to, for the future, we look at if we can get the money and from attacking ships, getting plunder, we buy another ship, we then crew a second ship, and we then attack said new ship or said ship with our 2 ships, and then we've got two crews to man the third ship, if that makes sense.
Exactly, yeah. We can take
I like that better.
Yeah, we can take a quarter of each crew to man the new ship.
I like that better.
All right, no, that's
having
absolutely fine.
It's a long-term goal, I think.
Yeah. That's what these discussions are all about.
But
we
like you
can't
say,
move
get
too fast
them.
with this. We've had our own ship for a month. We can't have two ships so fast.
Yeah.
It's gonna catch up to us.
Yeah, well, 2 months ago, I wouldn't
Yeah, I
have
think
thought that I
some
could
of
take
these-
on 2 dragons and have my own ship.
Some of these captains. I mean, you look at Pegsworthy. How long you been doing this?
Mm.
20, 25 years.
Yeah,
He's got 5 ships now, but that's 25 years down the road.
That's a
No.
ship every 5
A
years.
month. Yeah,
maybe I'm a bit over ambitious.
I like it. It's good. But
I love the
I,
ambition. I want more ships. I want this to be. I want us to be fucking feared. But we gotta work up to it.
Right, well, let's get this job done then and be on our way.
yeah,
Um,
maybe when we're at a point where we don't kind of die or go unconscious, then maybe we can look to push a bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a fucking bone to pick with you, Des.
What? I'm feeling attacked. What?
You were attacked on your own because you jumped on a ship on your own.
It's all right.
You were one man against an entire ship.
One man.
If I hadn't been there, you would have been dead.
Yeah, well, not your finest hour, bruv.
Excuse me. I mean, look around us. Are we not triumphant?
Because I was there to keep you alive.
Exactly. It shows that we are working together as a team.
No, it shows that I'm able to make up for your fucking mistakes.
That's what being in a team's all about.
We need to work together. Don't run off on your own when we can't be there to support you.
I mean, I was in full faith. I have full faith that you were right behind me, love.
I was on the other end of the ship.
On that,
It is only because I'm too fucking clever to let you go off on your own.
I'm going to send a message now to Torrin. Only because I can only send this to one person at a time. But I'm going to say, maybe we should discuss this in private later. Not in front of the crew.
And when I get that, the eyes will, from shooting daggers at Des, will immediately flip to Dev. And they will soften, and there'll be a long, deep exhale. Fine. We will deal with this later.
Yeah, right. Anything else good in the captain's quarters? There must be something else in there. Can you find anything in there?
Nothing magic. There might be something worth something, but I did find this, and I will pull out the spyglass.
Oh.
So, man who's really good at being in the rigging. Would you like this? And I'm gonna put my hand out, holding the spyglass to our glorious fist.
All right, thanks, love. Yeah, I mean, that would be very helpful, especially as I might have been able to see that they had, some sort of cage full of monsters in it last time. So, yeah, that'll be helpful.
Yeah, that one took me by surprise, I will say.
Is it magical, or is it just, a very nice piece of...
No, it's just a spyglass. There's nothing magic on this ship. It's fucking dull.
Oh, well, no account for taste.
But
nothing else in the quarters, in the captain's quarters.
I mean, I wasn't
Anything
looking
of
for
worth?
things of worth. I was just scanning over to see if I could pick up anything magic. So, if we want to have a look, we should probably
let's
do
have a
that.
look. Let's have a look.
Just to be clear, the captain's quarters will, of course, have things of value in, but that is just all calculated with the plunder from the ship.
That's fair.
That's one.
Just because I'm not going to do a full itinerary for
That's absolutely fine.
every ship. So
It's more for if there's something special in there that we could
yeah, of course.
find.
And anything of note, I will tell you, of course, like the spyglass.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Or every
anything
shelf
else-
under the bed.
yeah, anything else in there would be able to be sold, but that's just all calculated into the plunder.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, if we've gone through and sort of grabbed a couple of bits and chucked it to the nearest sailor that's gone back to our ship, I will drop the concentration on detect magic, but I'm going to. Oh, did you get healed up, Des?
I mean, by healed up, do you mean
Did
healed?
you talk to Sandara and get some healing?
I think he
No,
did.
No, I didn't. I came
you
over and spoke to you, brother, then I left. Sandara was busy with the brothers.
Oh.
No, I wasn't going to interrupt for just a. Oh, excuse me, love. Would you mind, patching up my wounds? No, I think,
Right.
I am a blunt instrument, but I'm not that much of a blunt instrument.
Out of character,
Okay.
did we not get healed up last session
I
by
think so.
Sandara?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
On that subject, could someone pull this out for me? And Lanny turns around, he's got a manticore spine in his back.
Oh, fuck me! Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, I'm alright.
Most
Uh,
people lead with that, Lanny.
Okay.
Des, do you want to yank
remember
it
that.
on 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Kills. I'll throw a first level cure wounds into him as he's pulling out the
Well, I'm saying that, Lanny.
spike.
What would
Eight
happen?
healing.
What happened if we put loads of these in your back, and then healed it so they stayed there, and then you'd have these spines on your back, and you could kind of in a fight you could put your head down and kind of roll up into a ball and spin at people.
That's not necessarily how physics or healing works.
Paint you blue or something.
I don't think I like that idea. No.
I'm flabbergasted.
I think I might be.
Oh,
I think I might be slightly suffering from a touch of blood loss.
yeah, you might. And we'll deal with that later because, right, okay.
You just call me a whore.
No, I will call you much, much worse things than that. Okay, can you do me a favour?
Who?
Grab the captain's body for me.
All right.
Their captain, not our captain. Our captain's big and alive.
Start hugging Lanny. Ah, that's nice.
Grab her.
Right.
She's mine for my reasons.
Yeah, that doesn't sound dodgy at all. and I know what it's for.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that one's mine. I'll deal with that later. Well,
What's
probably
exactly your
tomorrow.
plan? Because just to be clear, the crew are currently putting everything from the Rahadumi ship onto yours, so you're not going to be able to just subtly drag a dead body into the quarters without being seen. I mean, no one's going to question you. I'm just saying.
No, is what we
They
do.
will
is
see.
We brazenly put a slinger over my shoulder and walk into the cabin. If anyone asks, she's unconscious and we're going to interrogate her.
No one will question you.
Yep, that'll work.
Okay.
She is dead though, right?
Oh yes, she's dead.
Good to know. If she ain't, I'll fucking zap her. Yeah, as he picks her up, just shocking grasp with a just a little touch of the finger.
What? Whilst I'm touching her?
Oh, it doesn't transfer through to you.
All right.
If it did, it'd be even a fucking better spell. Jesus. Just make all of them hold hands. Just tap one.
Chain lightning.
Chain lightning is a spell.
I know it is.
Oh, chain lightning is a spell.
I know it is.
Yes. So I would like the body of her, and I would like to pull Dev aside, Mr. Devvie.
Oh, yeah?
So we lost Dutch then.
Yeah.
This is more hushed tones, DM sir. So we lost Dutch then.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah.
And you said Manticore.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, fuck.
he was there 1 minute, and apparently the next minute he just didn't follow his brothers over to the other ship. They thought he was right behind them. But the spike went straight through his neck, down into his chest.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, that's a slight issue. Not a massive one. But if we've lost one brother, then the other two might not want to be on the seas for much longer.
Well, I was hoping that I don't know what I was hoping, to be honest. I was a bit worried about how that would go, but
Right. I mean,
they seem. I mean, the younger one has obviously taken it a little bit hard. The older one just seemed to go straight into denial and confusion, but he seemed to be coming around. Sandara's with them both now. They're sewing him up in a bit of sail.
right. I'll leave Sandara to deal with that. I won't go near that one. Yeah, and her god is more accepted than mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, about my god. And I'm gonna open my coat and show the double-bladed dagger on my hilt.
Ooh.
I don't know what happened, but I had my dive, and then I looked down, and it was that one instead.
So you reckon it's got some kind of attunement to Merkel?
Maybe. I put it down. I wrapped it up and I put it back in the drawer. And then I looked down. I prayed before we attacked. I was on the front of the ship. And I took out my blade and I looked down and it wasn't my blade, it was this one. So
Well, congratulations. You've possibly got a cursed weapon. On a serious note,
that's not a fun idea.
on a serious note, be fucking careful with that, Torrin. I mean, I took it aboard the death knell just because I was grasping for every little bit of help we could get, you know. But thinking back, that probably wasn't a good decision. No, I don't know what that thing does. I don't really trust it until we know exactly what it does and what it is. So just be careful, yeah?
I'm on the same inclination, except for the fact that I prayed and Merkel showed it to me.
Well,
So on the one hand, he must have a reason, but on the other hand, I'm still wary.
out of character, when Torrin did her initial identifier on that knife, she recognised that part of the energy was getting transferred to someone else, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So
She recognized that there was something else within the dagger that she couldn't identify.
Yeah. Okay, so back in character again. So that other property that you detected on that thing, do you reckon it could be siphoning, I don't know, life force off to Merkel?
Maybe? It could be going all number of different places.
Well, hopefully it is Merkel, because, you know, better the devil you know than the devil you don't and all that.
It could just be a weird thing that went wrong with the enchanting, and there's some of the energy that almost leaks. I have no idea. I'm not an enchanter.
Yeah.
I'm really new to this shit.
Well, until we know more, just keep it on your hip.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm not fighting with it. It's not exactly my style, but it's. I thought I'd let you know rather than you like see me with it some other time and ask questions.
Fair enough.
I don't know what will happen.
I'll keep an eye on you. Don't worry.
I appreciate it. If something goes weird, we'll see what happens. But yeah, keeping an eye would be appreciated.
Gotcha.
One other thing. When we finish dragging all of our guys and all of the plunder over to the Bloodwake, I'm gonna do something on the main deck with the crew.
Alright. Is this the big reveal?
Yes.
Alright.
Because if those fuckers can use monsters against us, we can use monsters against them.
I mean,
And I think if we tell them that we lost one of our crew to a monster they brought out onto the waves, if we've got some monsters of our own that can help us against them, I think they'll be a bit more receptive.
before you do it, talk to Sandara, because having her support will mean a lot to the crew.
That was the plan.
Right.
I'll let her finish with Dutch, and then if you see her, send her my way.
Will do. Alright. I've been thinking about something.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, we're quite out of the way, aren't we now? We're away from the rest of the crew?
I mean, if you so desire, you can
Yeah.
architect such a situation.
Yeah. We'll do that then. We'll just, move to one side just to make sure we're out of earshot. Now, I had a chat with Albert, after how we dealt with the old, thieving incident, and,
Right.
he wasn't impressed at how we're running our ship. I know he did things differently on his own and all that kind of thing. I just think be a little bit wary, because
Oh, I'm wary.
yeah,
I had Zima with you. Remember, I heard all of that.
you did, yeah. So I'm thinking if
I
he's
know what he's
yeah, if
like.
he's of a mind that he wants out and he wants to take some of our crew with him, the death of one of the brothers might be a catalyst that he might want to use. So let's just keep an eye out for him. I mean, I brought him back because I wanted to see fireworks with him and Arrogant, but it don't mean I trust the fucker. I'm trying.
Personally, I'd rather put him on this ship and then set it on fire.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep him on side. So after my brother's little stunt, I think he's gonna have a few words to say about that as well. It's only gonna further his argument that we ain't doing things right. And I'll say that with air quotes.
If he turns on us, he's dead.
Oh, the minute he turns on us, I'm putting daggers in him. But as long as we're all ready for that.
I don't... And, yeah. The problem with that is... Well, not the problem for us. The problem for him is that his idea of punishment is lashes and being a cunt to everyone. But our idea of it is give them a chance and we pay them really fucking well. He's got no money, he's got no ship, and he's got no loyalty. And we have money, which we very generously give to them. We've got a ship, and we've got all the fucking loyalty because we look after our own.
Yeah.
This is the first time that we have ever lost someone.
Yeah. I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, don't trust too heavily on the loyalty. I mean, These folk are pirates after all.
And money buys pirates.
Yeah.
And we're the ones with the money.
I think we just be a little bit careful. That's all I'm saying. But
And I agree.
Yeah.
I do. I think that he's got ideas in his head. But I also think you were too soft with him. You were very appreciate this and I like you and all these things, and a fine thing to do, and sure.
it's a little bit of good guard, bad guard, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. So I'll take it on your word, because you've done this a lot. You are the more personable of most of us.
I used to do
So
this for a
I'll
living.
take it exactly. So I'm gonna take it at your word, and I'm gonna trust you with that. But I want to be straight with it and say I don't fucking like it. But I respect you, and I like you. So I'll trust it.
Right. Loud and clear.
Right. Now, shall we sort out this plunder?
Let's do it.
Excellent. I'll get a couple of the guys to I'll get Sagava to see if he can weed out any of these crew that would want to join us.
Do
We don't
have-
want to replace.
We got any bunks left?
They can sleep on the deck to start with.
Yeah, fair.
Put them to good use. If they jump off during the night, then we haven't lost anything. Sound all right?
Yeah, why not?
Reckon the captain would go for it?
It's his decision at the end of the day, but yeah.
All right, where is he? Start looking out for Lani. Captain!
Yes, Torrin.
Oh shit! Fucking behind me.
Laniakea appears out of the captain's quarters.
Have you learned how to fucking teleport? What the fuck?
That was very much a you rang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might ask Sagava to talk to the remaining crew and see if any of them are wanting to jump ship. Just to keep the numbers high on our side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's worth a call, I suppose. It's we pose no threat to the actual crew. It was just the defending force that we took out, obviously.
The
And
ones who fought us, we fought back.
yeah, exactly.
But happy with that? Obviously,
Yeah.
you're captain. I don't want to do anything without your say-so.
Yeah, certainly. I think we put the offer out. If they don't want it, they don't want it. We leave them here. Well, I suppose it's worst case scenario to die. So
I mean,
we might
I
have
could
the odds
speed
in our
that up.
favour.
I could speed up the whole dying thing for them if you want, but they might not go for that.
No, there's no need for that.
I mean, there might be a little bit of need for it.
Not
I
yet.
mean,
Not yet.
Oh, right, okay, fine. Like, mock in a huff, I will go off and find Sagava and see if he can recruit anyone.
Okay. He will do as you ask, but the only person that would really be capable of the job would be the defender, and he really doesn't wish to join you.
No shit.
And the rest are basically sailors, non-combative. None of them wish to partake in the life of a pirate.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That is expected, I guess. Yeah, alright.
So I'll say at this point, though, the crew have basically transferred all of the goods just in time as the sun is setting. darkness is enveloping you, but you have everything on board the Bloodwake now.
Excellent.
One thing I would like to do before we depart is I would have Sagava translate to the sailors, to the remaining defender, and would say, right, Sagava, tell them this, that the crew of the Bloodwake and me, Captain Skullcrusher, thank you for your custom and your booty that you have so kindly offered to us, and we'll be seeing you. Thank you very much. Just says it a bit like jovial, a little bit like taking the piss, and get Sagava to translate that across.
He will. Go on.
I don't know, I look sideways at whoever stood next to me and go, do you think we should leave like feedback cards?
So Garva will jovially translate for you. The look on most of the crew is one of utter disdain. And in fact, the defender, just as Sagava's finishing, you see him just kind of just spit on the floor.
And I'd like him to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
As I cast Toll the Dead on him.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
He takes 17 necrotic damage and bleeds out of his eyes and ears.
Shit.
You seriously?
Yep. 100%.
Okay. Then he just drops. He drops to the floor.
And with that, Lanny will turn to Scarver again. Now translate this. If you cross us and you try to fuck with us, we will destroy you.
And if you disrespect our captain, that'll fucking happen.
He, as I said, as Sagava was talking before, it was this look of disdain that they're all affronted that someone from their very own country, a landsman, would partake in this atrocity towards them. But after watching the sole man actually capable of wielding a sword now dropped dead to the floor with black ichor seeping from his orifices.
That's the one.
Yep. His offices.
This look of disdain has now completely vanished, and they look mostly scared shitless at this point.
Can I smell piss in the air?
From this distance, probably not.
Damn it!
I'll go up and say, right, can you translate this for me, please? You've just seen what we can do. I'd like you all to know that you have all been marked by us now. If you ever go out and tell anyone anything bad about us, we'll know, and we'll come and find you.
He translates. Although,
more piss.
now before he actually says anything, he leans into you, Des, and says, surely you want them to tell bad things about you, no?
Well, I mean, there's bad, which is like, oh, they're a bunch of pussies who didn't do anything to us. And there is bad, which is they are fucking terrifying and they've marked us for death and we fear for our lives now.
Oh, I see. I shall, I shall, yes. And he does translate his own interpretation of what you said. But you'll never know what he did actually say. So
You could be giving him his recipe for chicken stew for all, you know.
Shoo we off, friends.
Let's get out of here.
And are you sure you don't want me to set fire to the ship?
No.
So you're not
Question
sure?
mark, question mark, question mark.
Shall I burn it?
Look, right, Torrin, I'm all for a good firework display, but we do need some people alive to spread our infamy.
That's fine.
They've got a
Again,
jolly boat.
Mock huff. We'll just fucking walk off.
okay. So with that, you detach yourselves from the ship,
Yes.
and you sail off into the night. What direction are you heading in?
How many
That's
points
a
of plunder
million
can our
dollar
ship
question.
hold?
Oh, I think. Oh God. I think. You still have room, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, last time we just we took one ship and we were out all the way home. But I think maybe this time we can afford to go for another.
Maybe take a second.
Yeah, go for another hit. Why not?
Yeah, you can definitely take more. I am looking it up.
If
I
we're
think
gonna,
a standard ship takes 10. You can take about 10. So the Bloodwake's a bit smaller. So I'm just going to say you can take 7.
okay,
Okay.
that sounds good.
I
So
will
you
mark
know-
off 3 out of 7 then.
Yeah,
You're not even half full.
Beautiful.
I think if we're going to be crippling ships as we take them, they're not going to be chasing us down, so we don't have to worry too much about speed on the way back.
Yeah. And if they got spellcasters to send messages away, then I think we're going to be murdering them before they get anywhere.
hmm
No fucker's
I
going to be
think,
casting sending
um,
away from these ships anytime soon.
I think our destination then be westward or southwest,
Would you
Kinda
jump to
heading-
the other map?
keeping into
Yeah.
the shipping lanes, I suppose.
Yeah, stay in the shipping lanes.
So you're literally here, like on the side of the map.
You
So you
are
just
here.
want to keep on heading west, just out
Yeah,
into
I
open
think
ocean.
so.
Okay.
Go west.
I'll just
Maybe slightly northwest. We'll kind of come up towards where it says Fever Sea.
Go northwest.
all right. I'll just leave it there for the moment. I just
Yeah.
need to know where you're heading.
We're in that
Okay.
general area.
And
Area.
yes, you sail off into the night.
I'm presuming that people are going to be having a meal at some point.
Well, that was the
now
next
that
question.
we've got-
Technically, everyone is at their stations. It is definitely. It's probably almost past the normal eating time, but you are sailing. So the question now is, how long do you wish to sail? Do you want to eat on the go, basically? Just have have half the crew eat while the other crew man stations, and then swap.
I would. Well, it's captain's choice. But I would suggest just sailing for like an hour, and then stopping and being able to eat, celebrate, but also
Say goodbye to our
send
fallen.
off.
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah.
agree.
Okay, so we're going to say you sail for like an hour or two.
I think so.
Stop. You will
Yep.
eat.
And we
And
will
then you-
have a send off for our fallen brother.
The Dutch.
Okay. So
Does
I'm
this
gonna-
constitute as a short rest?
yeah, while you're eating.
Somewhere
sure.
in this.
Yeah. While you stop, as soon as you've stopped, put the anchor down, and you sit down for your meal. That will be your short rest. Yeah.
Cool. And it's our level plus con modifier that we get back on a short rest.
Yes. Sandara can heal if you require.
I might take a heal.
She's got one more big one and a few small ones.
I can take a little one.
Okay.
One big one, please.
Big one for Lani.
A little one for me
Please.
is
So that's
perfect.
8 for you, Torrin. Big one for Lani.
I'll take a small one.
14.
Oh, that's Mara. Why do you do me like that?
She can do another
that's
one
fine.
if you want.
That's fine.
You want another?
Hey, I
that's
put my only 4th level spell into healing you.
fine. No, I appreciate it. Whilst I'm being healed by Sandar, I'll have a quick word with her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when it comes to burials at sea and whatnot, did the lads say whether they're happy to do it, like, Bears
Yes,
Mara's way,
yes.
or?
They're absolutely fine. I mean, we talked about it, and they, of course, very early on, but they are technically pirates, and I told them so. And if they, we are perfectly within our rights to give him a pirate's burial fit for Basmara, and they were keen to do so.
I mean, if I don't know if you've got like anything that you need to say over him as you commit him, but I don't know. I've thought of a few words to say as he goes over.
It's common that there are a few poems or words that can be spoken, but if you would like to do so, you're welcome to.
She's my god as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would have said something. I believe Benok is full of such poetry, but if you want to take care of it, then of course.
I mean, it's short and sweet, I mean, if you want to obviously add something on afterwards, you're welcome to. But
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, play by ear.
But he's ready to go.
Okay, so we're gonna like get everyone up on deck to see him off, or everyone wants to go.
At this point, it's basically everyone on the crew is fully aware of what's happened. I mean, he's basically can't miss him as you take the stairs down below deck. So everybody knows what's going on. And after eating, and everyone would take a drink, and his body would be brought up and brought to the edge of the ship, and everyone would gather round.
Right then, everybody, I'm sure you're aware that unfortunately our good friend Dutch here is shuffled off this mortal coil. He was a pirate, he was one of us, so therefore he will be given a pirate's burial. Is he still wrapped up in the cloth?
Yeah, you can't really see him.
That's fine.
He is covered.
I'll take a gold coin out and tuck it into like a fold somewhere. Just to appease the deity. And lift him up and walk him over to the edge. So, Basmara?
Require help, but...
Alright. Lanny, come and grab him for me.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, there will be people there to aid you. And,
right.
I think with like 4 of you, you can lift him up.
Pallbearers. Right. Basmara, as we commit these earthly remains of our brother to the deep, grant their spirit a place on your crew as you explore the seas of the afterlife. Keep the wind to their backs as you sail into the sunset through the twilight of the uncharted depths. May their swords stay sharp and their flagon remain full. I'll hold a flagon up in the air. And then that's it.
Okay.
And hear Torrin shout out, "To Dutch!" and raise a glass.
The crew all raise a glass each, and it ripples throughout them. To Dutch, to Dutch, to Dutch. At which point you can tip his body over the side of the ship as respectfully as is possible. He makes a rather large splash. And after he has disappeared between below the black surface of the ocean, the pirates will one by one step up, take out a gold coin, and toss it into the water after him.
As Sandara has tossed her coin, can I pull her aside?
Of course, Torrin, what is it?
Do you trust me?
Well, I
Never votes well.
mean, yes. I mean,
Do you stand by me and the things I've created? And I'll have a meaningful look down below deck.
oh, you mean your friends?
Yes.
Well, Torrin, I think I made myself clear before. I've been questioning. I've been deep in thought and prayer. I find no reason why Besmara would take issue with such things, such friends. But at the same time, something about them just... I just find them creepy. But I do trust you.
I'm going to need you to tell them that in
Tell who?
about 2 minutes' time.
You see a slight look of panic on her face. Tell who? Tell who what?
Crew,
You want
you, as a priest of Besmara, stand by me and the officers when I tell them.
Okay. Her eyes are wide and unblinking, and she's almost looking out to the horizon as you say it. And without moving, you see her raise the cup she has in her hand, and she just like downs whatever was left in it.
I'm going to pass her mine.
No, I don't want to overdo it, but okay, yeah, I will stand by you. Yes.
I know you don't like them, and I appreciate that you find them creepy. But you being on my side and on our side will help greatly to convince the crew that they're not a threat to them. And I can prove to them how much of an asset they can be.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. And I'll give her a kiss on the cheek with a solid nod. I will make my way up to the Stern Castle where Lanny is. Where basically Lanny and I are now.
Okay. As that conversation took place, Desi, you would have, I was going to say lowered Dutch, but you didn't. You basically tossed him into the water.
Sploosh.
Splooshed. As you splooshed him, you turn back around and watch as the crew take their turns to toss a coin, and you do sense the owlbear, or Albert, as his name is, stood next to you.
Oh no, he's Albert.
And
Wouldn't call him that.
kind of looks down into the water. Well, it looks like that sorted itself out, no?
Oh, don't be a cunt.
Nah, of course. He has my full respects. He fought and died as a pirate. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're just saying. But of course, bear in mind that if we had done things your way, it could have been you in his place getting a shard in your neck. Alright?
How'd you work that one out?
But you never know. You never know where you could have been standing. Of course, if you are going to be a cunt about this, it could be catching. It could be a pandemic of sharp things being put into people's necks, if you get my meaning.
Oh, no need for that. Desi, I was just saying, it's, I don't know. Maybe things just happen to me the way they're meant to happen. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think you better leave, mate.
He just nods, steps past you. And with a very slight side glance at you, he does almost, like, with a very, very slight amount of theatrics, he does produce a gold coin, and he tosses it into the water behind Dutch. But he does turn and leave.
My fists are itching.
So after having chucked my coin over the side, I will have turned around and saw a brief exchange between Torrin and Sandara, and then Torrin moving off towards the Stone Castle. So I'll walk up to Sandara. I'll put a hand on the small of her back and go, so, She's had a chat with you about the thing then?
Torrin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she just wants me to, I don't know, vouch for her and
Yeah. I
show
think
that I'm on your side, and that I think she wants me to say that Besmara is cool with it.
yeah. Well, I think what I might add as well is that the thing I'm worried about is that the crew will think that this is going to happen to them when they pop their clogs, but I'm going to reassure them that it's not the case. This is reserved solely for the enemies of the Bloodwake. This ain't for the likes of the loyal.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's purely coincidence, but one of our crew has just died, and we have respectfully sent him on his way with Besmara. So, I think it's clear that crew will not be treated in such ways.
Yeah. I just want them to know for sure, because this shit is unnerving enough without the thought of, well, what if that's going to happen to me, all that kind of bollocks.
Just say that.
Yeah, I reckon I will. How are you feeling? You alright?
Yeah, it was a tough day.
It's always hard losing someone.
Yeah, and I know you're going to say it's not my responsibility, but I can't help but,
Oh, no.
I've managed to save everyone up till now, and
Sandora,
he's the first one that I...
you're allowed to have
go.
feelings. You are allowed to have feelings, love. What I've learned is, back in the day when we were on land and in the city and we were conducting our business the way we used to, it was all right, but it was very much a business. The people around us were our employees and our colleagues, and didn't quite trust any of them. It was all a bit shady. Any one of them could have turned around and stabbed you in the back, but I don't know, out here on the ocean, you're all in it together. You're stuck in the same place. You live together, you eat together, you breathe together, and you work together. It's more like a family. So, of course, it's affecting me in ways I didn't think it would, I actually feel something for these people. A responsibility, a kinship.
Yeah.
So, for someone like you who can feel real feelings, it's got to bloody hurt.
Well, it's... I don't know, it's... Yeah, it's sad to lose someone, but at the same time, this is the life we've chosen. I mean, I started out as this very, very naive little girl, and I don't know what I was thinking, really. I thought it would be like some of those sugary novels that I used to read, but...
One of those books.
Yeah, but I think the reality of the situation has become very clear to me now. And these childish feelings are beginning to fade. And yes, I certainly feel bad that we had to lose Dutch, but at the same time, it doesn't feel wrong. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah. Then I'll put a hand on her shoulder and just gently squeeze it, and I'll say, I think we're all growing, but do me a favour, Sandara. You've got an innocence about you. Don't lose that, because we need it.
Okay,
Don't lose yourself. That's all I'm saying.
I'll try, Devvie.
I'll give her a pat on the shoulder as I knock back a bit of my drink and then walk off towards the stone castle to prepare for what is about to happen.
Okay.
And what's about to happen?
So by now, all the crew have paid their respects, I should say, and they're just kind of like lolling about the deck now, relaxing, enjoying their drinks.
I will look at Lanny and just say, "May I? I've got a little a thing to do regarding the crew and my contributions, shall we say?"
He might not be there. Oh no, he is.
Yeah.
He's
He's
back.
there. Okay.
May I, Captain?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate mine.
Okay. And I will step forward, and usually when I use thaumaturgy, I will make it a booming voice, and this time I'm just going to raise the volume slightly, so that it's heard, but it's not like the bell or like a war
Overbearing.
cry. It's
Yeah,
just a make sure people can hear me.
Mhm.
We had a good day today. We did some good things. We stuck to our guns. We took the fight to the Rahadumi ship, and we took our plunder. But we lost one of our own. And it shouldn't have happened. It can happen. We're pirates. We don't pretend to know that it's sunshine and daisies in this job, but it hurts. For our brother in arms, and for some people, their brother. It shouldn't have happened. They sent monsters to fight us. Monsters. Caged animals. Beasts, creatures. We need more. And I can do that. You've all seen my power, haven't you? Lightning bolts, fire. But I can do more. What say you, the Bloodweight crew? If they're sending monsters against us, shouldn't we have some fucking monsters of our own?
Aye.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah.
If they're gonna pull beasts from other realms and have creatures do their fighting for them, then shouldn't we?
Right.
Yeah.
Aye. I can't do it as loud as I'd like, because kids and all, but Dev shouts aye and raises his tankard.
I have a way to do this. I have a way to bolster our defenses and make us stronger. And so, what do you reckon? Should I do it? Or should we lose another crewmate?
No, do it. Yeah. Come on, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I've spoken to Sandara, our priest of Besmara. I've spoken to Fist, our champion of Besmara. I've spoken to Crimson Cray, the blade that cuts the deepest of all of us. And I have spoken to our captain, Captain Skullcrusher, and we have all decided that enough is enough. And that if we have the power, we should fucking use it. And I do. This will alarm some of you. I promise that these creatures are safe and under my control. Do not be afraid. Because that's the enemy's job when they see us coming. And I'm going to say, in Undercommon, while under Thaumaturgy, for my skeletons to come one by one out the door and stand at attention, bows by their sides, swords by their sides, to stand right here.
Oh,
Okay.
I just realised that I'd be up on the stone castle right now.
Des?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be beside Torrin as she's doing this.
Okay. So the door opens, and out of the shadows almost, these 4 skeletons begin to creep. The crew, which is mostly huddled around the main mast below the stone castle. The initial reactions, well, firstly a look of puzzlement. No one really understands what's going on. And then as the first skeleton steps out, you instinctively, a number of them step back. Others reach for weapons. Others draw weapons.
Hold, my crew.
As they do that, I'll take a step down the stairs and I'll go, "Behold, the enemies of the Bloodwake brought to heel." And I'll walk along in front of them slowly, and I'll come to like the middle one, and I'll put one hand on top of his head and one hand at the jaw, and I'll start moving it, and I'll be like, "Oh, I used to fight against the Bloodwake, but look at me now. Oh, what a fucking waste."
Oh, brother, no. No. This is a serious moment. It's not a fucking pantomime.
I'm trying to evoke that these are harmless to our crew.
Well, I've got a fucking way to do that. Shit.
So
Sorry.
I wanted to get up close and personal with the skeletons to show the crew that I'm completely comfortable around them. I don't mind touching them, and they're not going to attack me.
I will also flank him down this side doing the same thing. But from where I'm standing, especially as I'm coming down the stairs or whatever, where's Albert?
He is amongst the crowd.
Yeah, but where is he? Is he like near the front or?
Oh right, yeah. He would have been one of the ones that drew a weapon. He has a hand axe in his hand, but I mean they've seen now, like Devvie and now you approach these skeletons who just seem to be kind of standing there, and they don't. Him like the others who have weapons. They're not jumping into attack. They just seem to be. They're ready. Their stance shows that they are ready to at least defend themselves.
Yeah, so I walk up next to, stand next to one of the skeletons. I put my arm around its shoulder. I mean, like, see, it's perfectly safe. It is completely under Torrin's control. And as I said before, and I will lock eyes with Albert as I say this, or as she said, only the enemies of the Bloodwake have anything to fear.
Do any of you remember Captain Plug?
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you hear some yes from the crew? Yeah.
He stands before you, under my control.
Does he? I thought he
No,
was.
but they don't know that.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, don't mind me.
There are some murmurs amongst the crew now, and as I said, they're all. There's definitely an aura of uncertainty. I mean, it is a weird situation, and I don't know how closely you want to be looking at the crew.
I'm focused on trying to convey things, so I'm not looking at any one person, except Sandara.
You hear a cogwood actually pipe up. Which one's plugged then?
This one, and I'll point to the far left.
He takes a closer look. You would actually realize at this point, Cogwood, his eyes are wide and he's just beaming, actually. Have you seen Zootopia where like he tells the sloth the joke?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That literally would have been his face as the skeletons came out.
It's basically a very, very, very slow, like
Yeah.
going from neutral to smile, but the smile just spreads like a sunrise across his face.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's probably looking across the faces. He is probably the only one at the moment who thinks this is amazing.
Anything you ever wanted to say to him, Cogwood?
Oi, you baldy twat!
The skeleton will just stand there. He can't hurt you. They are under my control. Sagava, what would you like them to do?
I would like them to remain where they are, please.
They will. I'll command them to stomp their feet and salute. At Sagava.
Johnny asks, "Are they dangerous? I mean, to us?"
Not to you.
To you. I'm gonna glare at Albert again.
So, Albert now asks, so basically they'll do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
They're under your control,
Absolutely.
and yours solely.
That is correct.
What would happen if, say, you got, I don't know, knocked unconscious?
Nothing would change.
Yeah.
My power will hold them under my control until I am dead.
Technical question. They would continue carrying out the last order you gave them, wouldn't they?
Yes, until that order is completed, and then they will take the order of defending themselves, unless a new order is given by me.
The Gava now asks again, if you may have noticed, but the question has actually come from his friend, but he translates. So what do you actually plan to do with them?
Well, we were attacked by some big flying beasties. That can't happen with these here. And I will have them all raise their bows and I'll have them raise their bows to the sky and knock an arrow towards the sky. Not with these here. They can defend us against winged creatures. And when we board, they can give us the extra firepower that we need.
Albert asks again, so they'll fight for us. With
us. And with you.
What if one of us were of a mind to attack one of them?
They wouldn't do anything because I haven't commanded them to do it.
They
However, if someone did attack them, then they'd have me to answer to.
Do they not defend themselves if attacked?
Not if they haven't been ordered to do it. They'll take whatever action they have, but they'll defend themselves by taking the dodge action if no other action has been given, as far as I am aware of it.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought they defended themselves if attacked. Okay, we'll look at that. So there's now some murmuring and small talk amongst the crew. I mean, they're not like they haven't broken out into conversation, but there are some very hushed whispers as.
Ask questions, please. Anyone. I want to prove to you that these are under our control and are an asset to us. I don't want any of you to fear these. It is our enemies that will fear this. And the Bloodwake. And all of you.
Hogwood asks, can you do more?
I can.
How many?
How many do you want?
How many can you do?
I can make more. I just need enemies. People that I've killed. People that any of you have killed. The captain of the Rahadumi ship. Some of you saw her being taken into the captain's quarters. She'll become one of these soon enough.
How'd you take the skin off?
Magic.
Oh.
I think.
Can I touch one?
Go for it. I'll have them all put their bows back down and stand at attention again.
Hogwood takes a step towards and touches one gingerly.
While he's doing
What's holding them together then?
Magic.
Magic.
As he's doing that and being all curious and stuff, I will step forward and I'll say, "Well, these are to be treated as assets of the Bloodwake, but make no mistake, if we are boarding and you need to chuck one of them in front of you to use as a bony shield, do it. We want you lot alive. I mean, we might lose a couple of skeletons, but Torrin can always make more. But we can't make more of you lot. You are the crew of the Bloodwake. These are just our weapons. Make no mistake, you lot are our priority."
The more hushed little whispers amongst the crew.
Don't be afraid. Ask what you will.
Are they going to sleep down in the hammocks with us?
No. They'll stay with me. Or they'll be on deck while you're all sleeping. Some of them can even do some of your jobs to make things easier around here.
That does actually cause more murmuring and whispers.
I can't replace you more, nor would I want to. But these and other things I can create can help.
Hallie speaks up. And Basmara is fine with this, shall we say? I mean,
me and Sandara have kind of, had a chat about it, and this kind of stuff doesn't really come under a wheelhouse, to be perfectly honest. I've been in communion with my god several times since this has come to light, and it's never come up, so I don't think it's a problem.
He kind of shrugs with this. Shrugs to this. Seems like he was just more curious than anything. At this point, you see Albert slot his hand axe back into his belt, and you can see him. He's almost shaking his head, but at the same time he's smiling.
That's what I like to see. And I'll just like all the time. I'll just be doing shit that would not be tolerated by a normal person. I'm like putting my fingers in their eye sockets and swirling them around, and I'm just like showing everyone that they're just not bothered. Stuff like that. There was a point that I picked up on, but I can't remember what it was. So it can't have been that important. Don't worry about it.
I'll grab a stick from somewhere, just a small stick, stand like behind all four of them, and basically just start bonking them on the skulls to get different notes out of it. And be like, look, see, they are harmless.
Until we come against our enemies, and I'll command them to draw bows.
Again, there's a slight. You see a couple step back, and I think maybe at this point, I'll say that you see the youngest Fisker brother takes a step back, and he actually instinctively raises his hand slightly. You can see Conkybar shy back.
Don't
And
be
you
afraid.
You can also see Benok, the shipwright. He's just stood there, just like, it's not like overt, but you can just see him like shaking his head.
Isn't that
Under his
Balak?
breath. Balak, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Benok. Who is the
Balak
bard?
is the dwarf. Benok
Yeah.
is the half-orc.
I will basically the one that I'm stood in front of. I will lower its bow, and I will actually take the bow and arrow out of its hand, and I'll push it forward, and I'll say, come forward and touch it. It won't bite, it won't attack you. I've taken its weapon away. It can't do anything. If you're in any
I'll
way
command
afraid,
that one to kneel.
you're in any way afraid, come up and touch it. See how harmless it is.
The younger of the Fisker brothers will, with a little encouragement from his older brother, will step forward and examine the skeleton a little more closely. Conkybar and Benok keep their distance in their current position.
I will notice this, and I'll say to Conkybar, Conkybar, you've been with us since day one. I value your opinion. Please, speak freely.
Did I try and kill Conkybar in session 1?
Yes, you did.
Was that the one I tried to kill in
Yes.
session
Blind
1?
him,
It might
yeah.
have been.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it was. I tried to knock him out of the crow's nest.
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that, no. Lanny saved him. 50 sessions later, and I still haven't killed the prick.
So what did you say to him, Devvie?
I said that I value his opinion. He's been with us since the beginning of this whole episode of our lives. I value his opinion, and does he have anything to say?
He looks at you and just says, I don't like them.
I'll be honest, I don't either, but they serve a purpose. Much like the alchemist's fire that I used to have. I didn't like having it around. We're on a boat full of fucking wood. But we fucked up that Chilaxian galleon. It served a purpose. Same thing here. It's just a weapon. It's a weapon to be turned against our enemies.
Ask your questions. Say what you must. This is the time. These are here to fight with us. so that we can become the most feared in these waters. To gain more gold. To gain more infamy. The crew of the Bloodwake. United and strong and feared.
And through our actions, they all serve Besmara. So there's that.
Bannock actually speaks up at this point. So I have a question.
Of course.
Ask it. You are encouraged.
What if one of us were to say that we are not quite comfortable with this situation? What
Then
if
at
we
the
would-
next port you'd be allowed to leave if that is your choice.
We've never held crew here against their will. We know what that feels like. It's a shitty life. If you're not into it, then we'll say our goodbyes at the next port with no hard feelings.
With that comment, you see
And
him,
we'll
he kind of-
still pay you for your work.
you see him tilt his head slightly and do that thing, like where you press your lip out slightly and you give that kind of fair enough expression.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yeah.
fair enough. But this does trigger some more whispers and murmurs amongst the crew.
We are hoping, though, in the coming days and weeks that they will prove their worth to you. They will also prove how harmless they are. And, we don't know their limitations on what they can do in terms of jobs aboard the ship yet. That's what we're going to figure out. But we do know what they can't do in terms of harming our crew. And that is, they won't do anything without Torrin's say-so. Or any of us, to be fair.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to need either 2 separate persuasion checks or one with advantage, please.
Okay.
Who from?
I guess.
Either from, as they have been doing most of the speaking, Devvie and Torrin individually, or one of you can do one with advantage.
If I remember correctly out of character, our persuasion skills are fairly similar. So do you want to do one
they
each?
are. Let's do
Let's
one
do
each.
one each.
Let's see how it goes.
Okay. That is a 14 from me.
And it's a 13,
13 from
me.
you.
Okay. So, as I said, aside from Cogwood, who obviously thinks this is the most fantastic development yet,
Maybe I was too hard on Cogwood.
the rest of the crew, let's say for the most part, seem still undecided.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you finish speaking and there's this obvious cheer of agreement. At the same time, though, no one is like running away in fear or stepping forward and saying how against this they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get the air that this is still like something that needs to settle, and for at least for some of the crew, something that they're still not sure about. Almost like they want to see how this develops.
Mm-hmm.
I will command my skeletons to take up positions to be on watch. And I'll have a skeleton on each side here. I'll have one at the figurehead, and I'll have one up here with us. And I want them to be looking out to sea. And as they're moving, I will explain. I'm going to have these creatures Watch over the waters for us tonight. If you want to look at them, inspect them, even touch them, you are allowed to. I want you all to be comfortable with these.
And
And I want them to be able to prove themselves when it comes to it.
I'm going to point a finger at Torrin, and in Undercommon, I'm going to message, should we tie him up? Tie a leg to the deck or something?
I can respond to that, can't I?
Yep.
I don't want to limit their movement in case they're needed. I wouldn't want to have to try and untie them in a fight.
Point the finger back up at her and go, fair enough.
What say you, crew? If you have more questions, do ask me. You are free to. With the blessing of Besmara and the rest of the officers, and our priestess Sandara, we will become some of the best pirates that the Shackles have ever known. If not the best. How does that sound? The most feared pirates in all of the Shackles and beyond. The crew of the Bloodwake. What say you to that?
There are eyes from the crew, but as I said, they're all still a little uncertain. So it's subdued eyes. Aye, okay. It's more, you know what I mean? More like, okay. Mm-hmm.
I understand your skepticism.
Except for Cogwood, who's like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck yeah!
I understand your skepticism. And that's okay. They haven't proved themselves yet. But they will.
I tell you what, as an added security measure, until you lot are completely comfortable with these bony bastards, whenever they are up on deck at night time, I will string my hammock across the door that leads down to the bunks, so that if anything were to happen, I'm the early warning system. If they try and break through the door, I'll be there. If they kill me, you'll hear me scream. But rest assured, I ain't going to let anything happen to you lot. Don't worry. I'll put myself in harm's way for you. 'Cause now, and I'll raise a tankard, I'll say, you lot are my family. And then I'll take a massive swig of my drink.
Raise my flagon as well. Say, hey, here.
Family.
There are some slightly louder eyes to this. Glasses are raised. And most of them take a deep swig. There's some shared glances.
And
But if
now
you're-
I want to look at Owlbear.
As I said, he's giving this almost like... He's shaking his head, but he's laughing at the same time.
Oh, fuck this. Is there something funny, Albert?
He seems to be enjoying the development, I think.
Something funny. I don't know. How can I put this? You are full of surprises, shall I say?
No shit, we are.
I'll drink to that.
We're the best damn fucking pirates this place has ever seen. We got plenty of tricks.
I'm gonna keep it. Can I get an insight check, please?
That's a good point,
Okay.
actually. I might do an insight on him as well.
Sure.
I want to see whether. I mean,
14.
what level of cuntishness we're talking about here. That'd be a 16.
Nice.
Okay, so you both have a similar roll. I'm going to say you both. He certainly seems amused by the situation. It's not like he's like shaking his head like you fucking idiots, or at least not in not fully. He.
You crazy son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, it's like you fucking guys are fucking mental, but there's you just can catch the glint in his eye, which is almost like you guys are fucking mental, and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I can't say anymore.
Mm-hmm. I'll actually approach Albert, and I'll raise my tankard as if to, expecting him to kind of like smash his into mine, kind of a cheers thing.
He does clink his glass with yours. Well, it's not a glass, it's a tankard.
Yeah.
But he does clink it to yours.
Yeah, take another drink. I think I'm going to get quite drunk this evening.
So you guys are... You're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Mr. Crope,
Hello?
dole out some rations of rum and don't go easy.
Certainly we'll do so. Here you go. Oh, go have a swig of that. Go on in. And he does start sharing out drinks.
Rosie and Binnock, let's have an ease up.
They start playing at your command. It's not like... I think they're just kind of sensing... I mean, they're both musicians. They have a decent ability to judge the crowd. So it's not like full-on party music.
No,
But something appropriate for the mood, let's say.
fair enough. I'll just raise my eyebrows at Torrin and kind of like look at the skeletons and then move my arms in kind of like a jaunty dance kind of way.
I will have the skeleton sort of tap a foot and bop a head to the music.
Okay. So the crew will drink, enjoy the music into the night, until it's time for them to retire. Is there anything anybody wants to do beforehand?
I would have probably gone to bed a little earlier because I'm fucking racked. I have so little spell slots.
Are you going to sleep?
I think I would go to sleep early so I can get up early.
Okay. Can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh no!
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Ooh.
Oh, this is a problem. Oh, 12. Oh,
Okay. So you take off your jacket, take off your boots, lie down in your bunk, finish the drink that you had. You haven't overdone it, but you finish what was in your tankard. And you do lay down. The sounds of the crew outside, the music can be heard. And as you lay there, you realize you're just not getting off to sleep as easy as you usually do. And you find yourself lying there a little longer, staring up at the wooden beams on the roof of the ceiling, listening to the ship creak. And it takes a while. but eventually you do fall asleep. The rest of you. Is there anything you would want to do before retiring for the evening?
No. Well, I think I would probably approach Sandara. I'll just quickly say, "You alright?"
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Right.
You?
Yeah. Not a problem at all. I was just checking on you. I think
No,
that went
fine.
all right.
Yeah, I think they're a little apprehensive for the most part.
I mean,
But I
it's
think-
skeletons, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same with me. I think once they've seen that they're safe and useful, I think most of them should come around. We may have one or two that are going to be less cooperative, let's say,
A little more difficult to convince.
but that's to be expected, I guess.
Yeah, of course. I mean, takes all sorts, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think most of them will get used to it.
All right. And with that, I'll just hang out with Sandara for the rest of the evening until she goes to bed, and then I'll wait for the last of the crew to head below, and I'll be the last one to go down so that I can shut and lock the door behind me and hang my hammock across
How
the
much
door.
are you drinking?
Not a lot. I had the one tankard of whatever it was that we were drinking, but I've made it last.
Okay. Lani, Des, is there anything you wanted to do before retiring?
No, nothing I would do.
Nothing off the top of my head, no.
Okay. Then you make your way downstairs. That means, Devvie, you are also going down, leaving the skeletons on guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lanny, are you sleeping on the deck or are you
Yeah,
downstairs?
Lanny normally would sleep on the deck with the skeleton in the way. I'm not quite sure what he would do.
You can ask it to move.
Yeah. No, I think I would. Lanny would sit with his norm and would push the skeleton out the way, kind of slightly further back on the point of the ship, and
Yeah.
sleep up to the end.
It just moved to here.
Where are you sleeping, Lani? There. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll drop off to sleep. At some point,
Uh-oh.
Torrin, you're going to hear this loudest.
Oh no.
Lani, I assume this is audible for you. And I guess Desi and Devvie and the whole crew, to a lesser extent, you're all going to hear this. But Torrin, for you, it's quite loud indeed, and it does jolt you out of your sleep.
No.
Really?
What the fuck? I'm running out the fucking door.
Oh wait, is that because it's on our ship?
Torrin,
Yes.
you leave the cabin and realise the sound has actually got more quiet.
Bells. Esmeralda, the bells.
Jesus fuck.
Didn't we remove the hammer?
Yes.
The
Yes,
sound
we
seems
did.
to be coming from within the cabin, Torrin.
Oh my god.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking Merkel above.
What's
Shut
going
me
on? What's going on?
Do you remember where you put
Fuck
it?
Yeah, it was in the room wrapped in a load of cloth. It had been wrapped in cloth with the with the hammer removed
Was it in a drawer or was it just
In-
wrapped in cloth?
in the corner of the room.
Okay. Do you approach it?
Yeah, I'm gonna I'd rip off the cloth at that point because it's making fucking noise.
As soon as you open the cloth, the sound stops, and you see the bell laid there with the clapper detached.
Clapper, that's it.
The clapper's in a different fucking room.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
It's not attached.
Has it materialized back to it, or has
No.
it?
It's not even attached.
Okay.
It's not there.
It's not there. It's not
Okay.
attached.
Oh.
We have to fucking destroy this fucking thing, aren't we?
As soon as I fucking can.
Lanny opens the door to the captain's quarters. Torrin, was that? Well, I think it was.
Fucking magic bell.
Magic bell.
What's going on?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
Right, hold on a minute. I've got an idea, right? I still have 2 vials of acid on me. Think it's worth a go?
Acid doesn't normally work on magic things. To kill something magic, you've got to use magic.
I think if
It's like stabbing a ghost. It don't work unless your sword's magic.
I think
Right, that being the case, then I want to punch the bell.
I would stop you from punching the bell. It's like, what did we say about hitting the fucking bell?
Right, look, it's ringing itself. I think that ship, if you don't mind the pun, has sailed.
I don't want to hit the bell.
I
I haven't got any fucking power to defend things if shit starts going wrong.
Right,
If you hit the bell.
It is ringing itself.
It
Torrin.
stopped ringing now. Can we
Right.
deal with it tomorrow when I've got a bit of my power back?
Fine,
Because I can't do anything now.
but good luck getting any fucking sleep if that thing is ringing through the night.
It stopped ringing. It's not fucking ringing. It's done.
It wasn't ringing a minute ago either, but it was a second ago, wasn't it?
Look, it ain't ringing now, so let's fucking leave it till tomorrow. And if it starts ringing again, then we'll figure it out.
All right. No, it's fine. It's fine.
What the fuck do you want me to do with it?
I didn't say I wanted you to do anything with it. I said I wanted to punch it.
And I'm saying it's a bad fucking idea.
Oh yeah, well I am Mr. Bad Ideas, aren't I?
Oh, I fucking know. We still need to talk about your fucking bad ideas from today.
Well, maybe we should add more bad ideas to it now, and then we can discuss them all at the same time.
No, because if you add more bad ideas, I can't fucking help you.
Right, well, fine. You get your fucking beauty sleep, and then we'll discuss this in the morning, alright?
you'll see that as the bell has gone off and all the crew are waking up, I will roll out of my hammock. I'll look around it because I sleep on the same level as them. I'll just look at them all. I'll go, don't worry, I'm sure it's nothing. I'll shout if I need you. And I'll unhook the hammock, unlock the door, and I'll go up to the stern castle, and I'll immediately start scanning the horizon.
As you get up to the stone castle, you realise it's quite a dark and cloudy night.
Of course. Do I notice a familiar green glow anywhere?
Give me a perception check.
My skeletons have all been on watch for this exact thing.
That's a dirty
They're
20.
not hitting a 20. Never fucking mind.
You do not see any mysterious green glow on the horizon.
Okay.
There's one emanating from the cabin.
Alright, in that case, I will just say, I will just say to the others, right, there's no green glow. I will stop looking at the horizon, and I will look at the sea directly below us.
I mean, as I said, it's
No,
a dark, overcast night.
no
The
glowing.
sea
Okay.
is a black surface. Yeah, you don't see any
Good.
glowing anything coming
Okay.
from below the ship.
In that case, I will turn to the others and go, right, there's none of that telltale green glow. I'm just going to go below and reassure the crew. But I think after that, I might pop up and just stay on watch for a little while. But I will pop down below. And I will say to them, all right, so Pilk's bell started sounding on its own, but Torrin stopped it. There's no green glow on the horizon. There's no green glow below the waves. But I think what we might do is we might head to port ASAP and take care of this bell once and for all. Is everyone alright?
Yeah, there's nods. Yeah,
Yeah, alright. Well, get some shut-eye because I think we might be doing some hard sailing tomorrow.
Okay.
And then with that, I will close the door behind me and I will go back up on deck and I'll go up to the crow's nest for a little while.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, is Des still shouting at me in the captain's room?
I mean, I was.
Look, I'm really good at some fucking things, but there's only so much power I've got.
Look, I haven't disagreed with you. I have said, get your fucking beauty sleep, and we'll discuss it in the morning, right?
There's a long exhale. Right. We'll deal with this in the morning. We'll talk about it as a group. We'll figure out what to do. And I'll see if I can figure something out. Alright?
All I'm saying is that you said, normally only magic things can destroy something magical. Well, my fists, if I don't mind saying so, are pretty fucking magical. Alright?
And I accept that. However, if something goes wrong, I am nowhere near strength for this to go wrong.
Alright, yeah. No.
To be able to do anything.
I've been convinced. I am waiting until tomorrow. I'm just saying, might be the best thing to do is just to punch it until it isn't a bell anymore.
Maybe. But let's do it tomorrow.
Right, agreed.
Can I go back to bed now? You're kind of stood in the door.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't bother coming by next time.
You're really fucking cranky when you are fucking just woken up, aren't you?
I'm always fucking cranky, Torrin.
Oh, this is fucking different. Come on, fuck off. Let me sleep.
Yeah, I'm fucking off. I am fucking off. And I fuck off.
And I will shut the door. What is the bell doing?
Nothing. Just sat there.
Spring.
I'm not going to cover it up. I'm just going to leave it on its rags. But I am, if things are quiet, going to pull out my new dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pray.
Mm-hmm.
So I will kneel, pull out 2 gold pieces, and cut my hand with the double blade.
Okay.
And I
As
will...
you do, go on.
Oh shit! No, as I do so.
No, as you cut your hand,
Yes.
it's the same feeling you had the last, and this is the third time you've done it now.
This is the second time I've cut my hand with this blade.
Nope, third time. You did it once in the room. You did it once when you were attacking the enemy ship. And
You're
this is
right.
the third time.
It was the second time that I thought I had, but
Yep.
it fucking teleported. Where's my old knife? What the fuck? Anyway, got point.
Which knife are you using?
I'm using the double-bladed one.
Okay, so you slice your hand, as you've done many times before, and as you are accustomed to now. There is this sharp pain as the flesh is sliced open. But that's immediately followed by this, almost like this intake of breath, and the world seems to stand still for a second. And this warm feeling, this new warm feeling passes through your body, and you see how the wound, after losing some blood, closes itself together again. Not completely, but it does seem to heal itself a little.
Still
That's all that
holding the
happens.
blade, then.
Mm-hmm.
With the gold and the blood pressed in one hand, and still holding the blade with the other. I'll say, Lord, I need help. This power that takes this spell is strong. And I don't know whether I can destroy it or use it. What would you have me do? And what is this dagger to you? It is strange. There's magics I don't understand. Help me understand. And I'll sit for a couple minutes, just clearing my mind and letting it go.
You do so, but you realize these are bigger questions, and it may take time for these questions to be answered with the abilities that you currently have.
Yep. I will sit for a few minutes and I will let the feelings come forth. And I will clean the blade and stow it. And I will climb back into bed again.
As you do so, again, a little tedious perhaps, but eventually you do fall asleep. The rest of you?
Going back to bed.
Well, so I'm taking a watch.
You're actually on watch? Okay.
Yeah.
Lani?
Back to sleep.
Okay. So, Desi, it would have been about 3 in the morning that this all happened. And Devvie, up in the crow's nest, you stand, look out, and you sense that the night is coming to an end. But as you sense this, you see a bank of mist coming in from the east.
Ah, fuck's sake.
And it does obscure your view in that direction somewhat.
The east, okay. Which is where we were when we came from the east, didn't we? That's where we were when we defeated him the first time.
Come from the east.
Okay.
Could I have a perception check from you, and Torrin from one of your skeletons, please.
24 from me.
Well, I ain't gonna fucking beat that. A wisdom roll.
Oh,
Wow, a natural 20 on my skeleton for a 19.
Ooh.
nice.
Devvie,
Yes.
you're unsure whether the skeleton is seen or not. It certainly makes no reaction. But looking off in this direction, through the mist which has now reached the ship and is almost kind of brushing past it, almost completely obscuring your view in that direction, you think you sense something moving. Just like a glint or a shadow or something moving relatively close to the ship in this direction.
In that direction. Okay, so northeast on the map. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean very close. Just almost as close as I'm clicking here.
Yeah, okay.
As I said, it's still dark. You can just sense the illumination of the sun over the horizon is slowly approaching, but it's still dark, and this mist is obscuring almost anything. But you just sense some sort of movement.
I'm gonna... I'm not taking any chances. Dev's not going to take any chances. He's going to, at the top of his lungs, the loudest he can, he is going to shout, "Stand to!" And he's going to come down the mast and start. He's going to bang on Torrin's door. He's going to bang on the door to down below because they're right next to each other. And hopefully Lani has heard the shout.
Oh, yes.
So, Torrin, you hear thumping on the door. Somebody banging. This would rip you out of your sleep. Desi, I assume even below you would have heard the cry of your brother. And Lani, at the prow of the ship, you would have heard his cries. And I assume you would have awoken.
Yep.
And I'm
Raised
going
your
to
head.
point in the direction I saw it for Lani to follow my finger. And I'll say, over there, check it, Lani.
Lani, you turn, and all you can see is white. You can't even really see the surface of the water. And you're looking out in this direction, trying to spot something. And suddenly, you hear it at first, like a thwacking sound. But it's down near your feet, just to the side of you. As you look down, you see a grappling hook hooked onto the side of the ship. A split second later, you hear a second thwack, and you turn, and you see a second grappling hook hooked onto this side of the ship. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh my fucking god. No.
Knew it.
No, you're not allowed.
Oh, he is.
No.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm the DM. I can do what I like.
Did we finish a long rest?
You would have finished a long rest. Don't worry, we're going to sort that out next week.
Oh my god.
So,
Oh my god.
thank you everybody for joining us once again. Don't forget, there is a Dark Ambient album available from Troyificus on Bandcamp. Links are in the description. Please come back, join us next week. Find out what is going on here. And in the meantime, you can, of course, join us on all the socials. Links are also in the description. I think that's about all I wanted to say. So I will see you next week. And don't forget,
Don't be a dick.
that's awful. We've got to
Never, it's never gonna happen. But when it's oh, for fuck's sake!
We have lag. It's never going to be perfect.
If we practiced it, it would lose its charm.
It's just lag. Don't worry.
True. Okay. See
Fuck
ya.
it.
Bye.
Goodbye.